Hello everyone, it's me, OneGamer54, back again with another video, and today we're gonna continue off what we started. We are gonna continue off with a review on the Fazbear Frights series, and today, this episode, we're gonna be covering Lonely Freddy. Now, Lonely Freddy is a good story. I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's awful, but it's like I'm just following this kid and his problems and such. But the ending is what got me off guard, and so honestly, that was a big twist. The ending was a big one. But before we get to the why it was, let's continue. Let's go. Let's have a little review, okay? Let me just sum up the plot. But again, if you have never read Lonely Freddy, or any of the Fazbear Frights books, well, not to worry. But seriously though, you should go get your hands on the Fazbear Frights book. Like, you can literally just go to Google, to the bookstore or to your Google Play Store to get books is right there. And also because you can also check out my second channel, Alex the Wolf, where I am reading the Fazbear Fright series. I just got done with all the stories of Fazbear 1 and 2, and we are just starting number 3. And yes, the next episode, and yes, we will be reading the next story sooner or later, okay? Just give me time, guys, give me time. So with that pretty much wrapping up, let's get to the plot, alright? Spoilers. So the plot of Lonely Freddy goes like this. Teenager Alec has always bullied his little sister Hazel, thinking her as a spoiled brat. Hazel's birthday is coming up in a few days, and she's planning to have a party at Freddy's. So they head there a few days early to prepare. During that time, Hazel wanted her and Alec to switch roles for a week to annoy their parents, with Alec being the nice one and Hazel being the mean one. Alec, who agrees on doing this, still doesn't trust Hazel and wonders what she's up to. Once at Freddy's, the kids see the Yard Foxy plush toy, which both Alec and Hazel have always really wanted. They also discover a Lonely Freddy, a robotic toy that is supposed to be a fake friend that can have simple conversations. After setting everything up, they go home, and a few days later, the party starts. During the party, Alec is planning to finally expose Hazel as the brat that he knows by causing her to have a tantrum when she can't win the Yard Foxy ticket from the wind tunnel game. If you guys don't know what the wind tunnel is, it's basically like that, that ticket blower thing where the machine blows wind around in a ticket. It's basically that party game from every time you go to Chuck E. Cheese. Like, the wind goes in, tickets start flying around, and you have to get them if you're the birthday boy or girl. So you know what I mean. He secretly removed all the Yard Foxy tickets from the machine. However, Alec's plan failed when the Yard Foxy ticket that he missed gets stuck in Hazel's hair. Hazel reveals that she wanted to win the Yard Foxy to give it to Alec for him to stop hating her, which caused the two to get into a fight and ends up with Alec damaging the toy and running off. After exploring the pizzeria, Alec finds a hidden room with the Lonely Freddy toy, who activates and starts asking him questions. They started innocent at first, but slowly became more disturbing as the questions keep going on and on. After it stopped asking questions, the toy's eyes glow, and Alec began to lose control of his body. He tried to scream for help, but the mouth wouldn't make a sound. He relaxes and slowly regains control of himself as he hears his family nearby. Once he's fully controlled again, he heads towards the door of the room, but everything seems oddly bigger. He runs to the party room where the two kids grab him and throw him in the ground. Once he gets back up, he sees another Alec with his family, having a normal, happy conversation. An employee comes in and takes the real Alec out of the room while the fake Alec winks at him. Alec then sees himself in the mirror and realizes that, yep, here it goes. He is trapped inside the Lonely Freddy toy from earlier. So, as for those who didn't understand, the Lonely Freddy toy presumably switched bodies with Alec. Basically, he did a Zamasu. He did a Captain Ginyu. He did all those infamous body snatchers that you know either from anime or in television. The employee then throws the real Alec into the dumpster filled with other Lonely Freddy toys and locks him in. Alec screams, but soon realizes that the screams aren't only coming from him. They're coming from the dozens of other Lonely Freddys, all with individual souls trapped within them. So, as it states, Alec is not alone, and now he is one with the Lonely Freddys. When I read that final sentence, I was shooketh. I was shooketh, really. Alec has become basically the only one. He's not the only one. He is just the many of victims of these Lonely Freddys getting their bodies snatched, getting their lives taken by a Lonely Freddy who is impersonating their bodies. That was just dark. Another child getting their life taken away from these evil animatronics. So, that was quite disturbing. Overall, I still think that the story was great. I kind of didn't like Alec at first because, like, he's just being rude. He's just being, like, very hostile towards Hazel, and I didn't see why Hazel was doing anything bad. I mean, all she just wanted was him to love him, like any sibling should. But then it was just Alec just making himself the victim. His anger is what's causing this, and he could have gotten the chance to say he's sorry and he was gonna make amends, but nope. Lonely Freddy saying, "All right, cut that out. You ain't getting that chance, boy." That's just terrible. So here are some of the interesting things that I picked up. The main thing is about Lonely Freddy, to be honest. And, whew. Well, I did right here in my notes. Hold on, let me. Yep. Okay, here it is. Lonely Freddy. I did think that Lonely Freddy had a connection with the Funtime animatronics. They're both type of animatronics are programmed to, end children's lives and steal their souls for remnant. And it's implied that Lonely Freddy was obviously manufactured by William Afton, hence the fact that Lonely Freddy switched bodies with Alec. What I think happened is that William, who if he did indeed create the Lonely Freddy animatronics, we don't know if it's true in the books, but come on. Every bad thing in FNAF always connects to or is made by William Afton, so I'm just gonna go like that. If William programmed them to memorize and freeze the children in place for the children to answer any question the Lonely Freddy animatronic asked, after the question is over, the Lonely Freddy animatronics would body transfer themselves into switch bodies, thus making the robots possess the kids and making the kid possess Lonely Freddy. If this could be true, William Afton is snatching children's souls for experiments for getting remnant, a supernatural source to make someone immortal. And obviously that's like a little like nod to how William Afton took the missing kids into the lives of the missing kids incident, and their bodies kind of go into the animatronics. So yeah. This and also there is one thing I also wanted to leave in. Most of the there was only one other kid that got mentioned here, and that kid's name was Charlotte. And if you're a FNAF veteran, you know what this means. Charlotte Emily, the daughter of Henry Emily, the person who possesses the puppet. And in that story, she was allergic to chocolate and she was vomiting during the party. So I thought, huh? Does that mean that's the reason why? Is that the reason why that Charlie Emily was outside the pizzeria during that mini game from FNAF 6? Is that the reason why she's left outside? Because she was vomiting? I mean, that would make sense. But it's kind of weird that they mentioned Charlotte here. So unless they're trying to give us an attention like, hey, you want to know why Charlie was outside during that minigame? This is your possible explanation. So yeah, I believe that could be it. And also I want to leave one last thing before I go. And it's that unlike the most Fazbear Fright stories where it's just targeting one person in particular, I mean, you already seen this. Pit Trap was following Oswald. Eleanor was basically close to Sarah. Funtime Freddy was close to Millie. Fetch with Greg. It's always just one particular person. This time, however, the Lonely Freddy swapped with many other children, with several of them wandering the outside world within human bodies. So, in a way, this kind of marks the first time ever, the first story, I believe, where the crisis is world spread. Like there's multiple Lonely Freddys who are, acting as real humans. Like real individual beings. And it's not just the main character. This has happened before. So that's just crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I think about. That's what I think about Lonely Freddy. A good story. It's a good story if you want to read into family drama. And the ending is going to basically leave you shooketh. So honestly, yeah, I do believe. You'll see when after I read all the stories, we will have a little ranking system. We're gonna have a little ranking and to see which stories I like and which ones I don't like and which ones I absolutely love. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? I gotta get through a lot of read-throughs before we get to that. So, hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel so that way you'll never miss another video. The next episode will be uploaded in my other channel, Alex the Wolf, so make sure you check it out. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel so that way you don't miss that. And yeah. This is 1Gamer54 signing off.